You have a goal for your life, a big lofty vision of something that you want to achieve or something that you want to have or something that you want to become. There's so many videos and gurus and teachers out there who teach you how to set goals and how to figure out what it is that you want. But there's not as much talking about how to actually achieve that goal and how to actually take steps towards it. I'm Brandon Eastman with Be Better Industries, and today we're going to talk about how to actually begin taking steps towards the life and towards the goals that you want to achieve in 2020 and on. Let's get right to it. Because you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you already have a goal or a vision or something that it is that you're going after that you want to achieve. If you don't currently have a goal or something in mind that you want to chase after, I'm a little surprised you're watching this, number one. Maybe you just want to take away some new information, but I recommend that you have something in mind before you watch this step-by-step video, because this is going to help you achieve that goal. But before you can achieve a goal, you have to know exactly what it is you want. If you're not quite sure what it is you want, I just recently released a whole goal setting workshop. It's about 45 minutes long that will take you through every single area of your life and help you figure out exactly what it is you want in those areas. So go ahead, the link is in the description to check out the goal setting workshop. But since you're here, I'm going to assume that you have that goal. And before we could talk about how to actually achieve the goal that you have in your mind, I think it's important to talk about why people fail to reach their goals. I think it's important to talk about what holds most people back when they're chasing after what it is they want. So let's think about some times people set a goal and they don't follow through. New Year's resolutions. Why do so many people set a goal for resolutions that they want to lose weight, find new relationships, get the body that they want to have, get new friends, make the kind of money they want? They'll go after those goals for a week or 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. The average is 2 weeks, by the way. Why is it that they go after it for 2 weeks and then they stop? Well, the answer is because a lot of people think about where they are now, which is important, by the way, and then they think about where they want to go and what it is they want to achieve. Right now, they weigh 250 pounds and they want to get to 180 pounds. So a lot of people think about all this space in between the two goals, and they think about all this uncertainty. And this space just means hard work, and it means sweat, and it means early mornings, and it means tracking your calories and working out with a specific workout routine. And it means all of these not sexy things that we have to do in order to become sexy, if that's your goal. Okay, it's just one example. The same thing goes for if you want to make $100,000 and the most you've ever made is 50. That's doubling your income. And a lot of people can look at that mountaintop of a goal, that lofty vision, and it can be intimidating because we realize that we might not be anywhere near that goal. And that's why it's important to set realistic and attainable goals. But I'm a huge believer in setting a goal that is much higher than what you think you can attain. Grant Cardone calls it the 10x rule. Set your goal 10 times higher. Whatever you want to achieve, really set something so high that even if you don't hit the goal, you might be a little bit disappointed, but what's even more disappointing is when you set your goal too low and you actually hit the goal. Because I'll tell you this, guys, if you're hitting a lot of your goals very frequently, you're not setting your goals high enough. So a lot of people are going to the base of the mountain, they're looking up, they're looking at the summit of the mountain, they're looking at all the trees and how tall everything is, and they're looking at the rocky terrain, and they're thinking to themselves, oh my God, this is going to be such a road and such a mountain that I have to climb. And they do it for a week, and they go to the gym for 2 weeks, and then they go home and they might have lost 2 pounds, but they look at themselves in the mirror and they don't see the changes and they don't see the results. They don't see the instant gratification that we're so often taught in this world. Let me tell you this, if you have something worth fighting for, then you will be compelled to reach that goal. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today as well. So don't just look at where you are and where you want to go. We have to break that down into step-by-step increments. Because the number one principle when it comes to you achieving anything that it is you want, something that we're going to return here to in this video many times, is you don't need to know every single step of the way that's going to bring you to what you want to get to. All you need to know is the next step. That's it. That's all you need to know. what do you need to do next in order to reach that goal of 180 pounds? Or in order to achieve the goal of finding new friends? Or start volunteering your time or your money, or making a certain amount of money every single year? What's the next thing that you can do right now? Have your goal in your mind. What is the one thing, the next thing that you can do that will bring you closer to your goal? To give you an example, one of my goals is I want to reach as many people as possible. And a tangible number on that is I want to have 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, both on my email list so I can reach people there, but also on my YouTube channel. And while some people might listen to that and say, Brandon, you've got like 30 subscribers right now, man. Yeah, I have 30 subscribers, but I started a few weeks ago, all right, realistically about a month ago. So while I might not reach that goal, if I end at 5,000, it's a lot better than saying I want to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, because then I'll have hit that goal and I'll have wondered what I could have done. So I'm going to set that goal high. I want to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, by the end of 2020. And what's one thing that I can do that will take me in that direction? I can continue creating content based on what I've learned throughout my life and what I've learned from all the other great leaders that I've worked with in the sales and training industry that I'm in. And I can take those strategies and make videos of them like this, and I can give them to you because I know these things will help you to improve your life if you use them. These will work because this has worked for me. So I know that creating content, pouring everything I know and everything I do and my own experiences and knowledge into these videos to help you, I know that will bring me there. And even if it doesn't bring me there in the year that I want it to, I know it will eventually, because the why, the reason why I'm doing this is so important to me. I want to help as many people as possible. And in today's world, that is more than possible to do with the internet and with Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And the fact that I can shoot this video and transmit this to you right now as you watch this is incredible. If you showed someone this 50 years ago, they'd think you were crazy. They'd put you in a loony facility and say, this guy's nuts. Like, there's no way we could send these frequencies over these waves and get them to thousands of people. That just can't happen. But today it can. Because you don't need to know every step of the way. All you need to know to reach your goals is the very next step. Now, before we go to the formula itself, that will help you to get to where you want to get to, we have to look at what we call the goal achievement scale. This is the scale of how to achieve any goal that you have. And there's only two parts to this scale. The first part is the majority. And the first part is the why. Why? Why is it that you're going after what it is you want? Why is it that you're looking for that soulmate? Are you looking for that soulmate or that girlfriend because you feel like it will make you happy in your life? Because I'm telling you this, if you're not happy right now, finding a relationship is not going to make you happy. You have to be happy. That way, you can get into a relationship and be happy in that relationship. Otherwise, you're going to get into a relationship and the other person you find is going to be just like you, or they're not going to like you at all because you're bringing those negative vibes into the relationship. That's just one example. If it's losing weight, why is it that you want to lose weight? Do you want to lose weight just to have a different number on the scale? Or do you want to lose weight so you can feel better, so you can have more energy? Do you want to lose weight so when you're on the beach this summer, wherever you're going, whatever vacation, maybe you're not going on vacations because you don't like the way you look? That's reason enough to change that. So you can do things that you want to do, not restricting yourself based on the way you look, but taking action so you can have that beach body, if that's your why. My why to slim down and get into the shape I wanted to is I used to look in the mirror at myself when I was 250 pounds. I would look in the mirror at myself and I would think, oh my God, how did I let myself get these love handles? How did I let myself get these man boobs and look this way? And it was freaking gross. My why was I wanted to change the way that I looked because I was the one looking at myself every single day. My why was I wanted to look better, I wanted to feel better, and I wanted to be healthier overall because I wanted to live a healthier life. 95% of achieving any of the goals that you have set for yourself, even the one that you're thinking of right now, is why is it so important to you? Because it's this right here, it's the why that is going to get you through the hard times. This is what's going to help you get up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go to the gym, to start meal prepping, to do whatever you need to do to get to your goal before you start your daily life and your daily routine. This is what's going to get you out of bed. This is the most important part. okay? Because the other part is the small sliver that we're all thinking about all the time. The very, very small sliver of this scale is the how. How to actually do it. The how is such an insignificant piece to achieving a goal. Sure, you need the knowledge. You need to know exactly, not exactly, but you need to know the next step knowledge-wise of what you want to do. If you want to weigh a certain weight, you should probably have a workout routine in mind. You should probably look up a diet or a new lifestyle, or maybe how to make better choices when you're at a restaurant or when you're at your friend's house or when you're home alone and you're bored and you want to get Chinese food but you know it's probably not the best idea. That's the how. What exactly can you do? We're going to talk about some how stuff in this video, but we're going to talk mainly about the why. Why is it important to you? I remember when I wanted to lose weight, I set a goal, and I didn't write it down at this point, but I'd recommend you do. Write down what exactly it is that you want. That goal setting workshop that I did recently will help you to do that. Again, the link is in the description for that. Go check it out. My goal was I wanted to weigh 180 pounds, okay? And I got to 190. That was my goal. I lost about 60 pounds initially from doing this. But I knew that I wanted to lose weight, essentially, and I wanted to weigh a certain amount. So I set the goal in my mind, and I continued going throughout my daily life. I knew why it was important. I knew what I wanted to do. And eventually, I ran into an old friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a while. His name is Shane. So Shane, if you're watching this, shout out to you, brother. You helped me get to where I am now in my life, and I appreciate you, even if you don't know it. I think I've told you, but if I haven't, love you, man. I appreciate you. But Shane said to me, hey, Brandon, you want to go to the gym with me? And I was like, the gym? And I thought, you know, I want to get healthier. That is something that would help me get to my goal. So I said, well, I don't have my clothes with me. And he said, no problem. Go home, change. We'll go to the gym together in 20 minutes. I said, okay, sounds good. We went to the gym. I had no idea what I was doing there. I was in an alien world in this gym facility. And I start following along with Shane's routine. And he helped me learn how to lift. He helped me learn what the different machines do. He asked me what my goals were, which were to lose weight. So he's like, you want to do things that are going to get your heart rate up so that way you can burn fat while still maintaining and building muscle. And I was like, I don't know. I don't understand a single word that you just said, but I'm going to take your advice because you look great. He looked the way that I wanted to look. He had the big arms. He had the slim waist. He had that V shape where it went down like this. And I said, I'm going to do whatever he says. So for the next few months, I did whatever he said. I went to the gym on my own after a few weeks, and I started using the same routine that he showed me. And after I started doing that, I found a new mentor who started going to the gym with me and taking me to their gym, and they showed me new routines and new workouts. And the point here is 6 months later, I lost 50 pounds. Within 6 months, I lost 50 pounds. And I didn't have a step-by-step plan. All I knew is one step ahead. Go to the gym. Follow the routine that Shane showed me, my first mentor, fitness-wise. And then I found a different mentor, and I didn't plan that like a grand mastermind plan. I found it because my why was strong enough. When your why is strong enough, you will figure out the how. When the why is strong enough, you will figure out the how. That's how you achieve any goal. That simple formula, that simple process. The same thing goes for when I wanted to become a leader in the company that I work with right now. I wanted to move up into leadership, but my current leader said to me, Brandon, you're not going to move up into leadership with the relationships that you have currently on the sales floor with your work. You just don't have the respect of the team. And for anyone in leadership or anyone in management, they are different, leadership and management, but there's a thin line that separates them. But for anyone in those fields, you understand that you need to have the respect of the people you work with on a daily basis in order to be an effective leader. So I went throughout my days and I knew my goal in my mind was I wanted to become a better leader for my people so that I could serve other people and continue rising up the ranks in the company that I'm currently with. And I found a friend who's now a friend, but at the time they were definitely a mentor to me, who said to me, Brandon, if you want to fix the relationships with those that you work with on a daily basis, then you should go to those people and ask them, what is it that I can do in order to better serve you? What is it that I can do in order to change me so that I'm more of a pleasure to work with, that would be more of service and more of help to you? And when I sat down with the people in the store and I asked them that question, and my team that I worked with every day, they were blown away that I even asked the question, which could be another video in itself, but they told me exactly what I needed to do in order to change. And guess what I did? I thought one step ahead, I did those things, and within 6 months, I became a leader in that company. Sometimes it's a quick turnaround. Other times, it can take more time, especially if it's a long-term goal, especially if it's a vision, something that's going to take you a lot of time to get to. But for me, it only took me 6 months. With my health, with moving into leadership, you'd be surprised at how quickly you can progress towards your goals when you have a plan. But not a grand plan, just understanding the next step ahead. And once you understand that the why is the number one thing to focus on when it comes to achieving your goal, and the how is only about 5% of the equation, you can move into the formula itself to help you achieve whatever goal it is you're going after. This is the be, do, have formula. This is the be, do, and have formula to achieving any of the goals that you set for yourself. Now, I didn't create this formula. This actually came from a very successful investor and businessman. Many of you probably have heard of him. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. He's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrants. I found this formula specifically in his new book, Fake Money, Fake Teachers, and Fake Assets, which is an incredible book on money and finances and economics. I highly recommend you check it out. It's from Robert Kiyosaki. He talked in that book about setting goals and achieving goals, and he went to a goal-setting workshop in the 1990s or the 1980s, somewhere around that time range, where he found an instructor who talked about this specific formula that he says has completely helped him to achieve everything that it is he was going after. So again, what's the most important principle? You only need to know the next step. That's it. Know the next thing that you need to do, because this puts it out in a nice fancy way that can help you too to visualize things. This is a process that works well for me. Just knowing the next step, that might alone work well for you, but if it doesn't, then this is the next step, okay? Because this is be, do, and have. Have is your goal itself. This is your goal. So let's say your goal is you want to author a book. Let's say you want to write yourself a book. That's what the goal is. So that's your have. You want to have your own book. Simple enough. Step 1 out of 3 is done. You already know what you want. You'd be surprised at how many people don't know what it is they want. 97% of people in today's world have no direction, no aim that they're going after, no chief definite aim that they're taking action towards every single day. And because they don't know what they want, it's hard to find out the next step if you don't know the destination. It's essentially like you're in a foreign area driving around without using your GPS. How long is it going to take you to find the place you're looking for? You'll probably never get there, or it's going to take you 50 times longer than it normally would. So that's the have. Now, if we want to author a book or weigh a certain weight or have the amount of money that we want to have, then we have to look at the other two, okay? Because the next step ahead is the do. This is what we're actually going to do to reach the goal. We're kind of reverse engineering that goal per se. But the first step is the most important step, and that is, who do you need to be in order to attain this goal? So think about it. If you want to author a book, you need to be disciplined. You need to set some time aside every single day to work on this goal. You got to be disciplined, okay? You also need to be knowledgeable if you're going to be putting a book together on a certain topic. So you'll need to have knowledge, knowledgeable on your topic at least. Not about everything, just about what it is you're trying to teach other people about. You need to be knowledgeable. You need to be disciplined. You need to be informed on the process of writing a book. And I think you get the point here. If your goal was to weigh 180 pounds, what kind of person do you have to be? You have to be conscientious of what you're putting into your body, what you're putting into your mouth. You need to know what kinds of foods you're eating. So you need to be conscientious of that. You also still need to be disciplined. You still need to be knowledgeable, and you still need to be informed on what kinds of foods are good for you, what's a routine that you can follow at the gym. You need to be knowledgeable of where the closest gym is to you. There's literally a gym on every street corner, all right, pretty much, especially in a lot of cities that you might encounter. There's always something, because after you know who you need to be in order to achieve that goal, then what do you need to do? And for this, I just want you to write the next step. You can write many different next steps, many different paths, because there's no set path to achieve anything. There's so many different ways to get the same result. You'll look at people who are power lifters. They do different things. Some of them might be universal, but they're all doing different things to get to that same look or be able to lift the same amount of weight or have the same physique. Okay, but there's always something you can do that isn't the same as everyone else. So if you want to write a book, something you can do to get started is choose a topic. Choose the topic. Let that be your next step. Let that be the first thing you do. And you might do that in 5 minutes. It might take you 5 weeks to make sure that you're writing about the topic or the subject that you're especially passionate about. What's the next thing you could do if you want to write a book? Well, when I wrote my book called Be Extraordinary, Your Guide to Self-Mastery, which I want to give you a free digital copy of at the end of this video. I'm going to tell you how to get that. It's right in the description below if you want a sneak peek. When I was writing that book, I got up an hour earlier every day, and I took at least an extra 30 minutes a day to type that book. So 30 minutes of typing each day. Doesn't that make it seem a lot simpler? You think of book and you think of this thing that takes so much time to write and to formulate, when all you need to do is begin. All you need to do is start the project. If you're thinking about making it perfect, Tony Robbins says perfection, waiting until something is perfect, is the enemy of execution. Waiting for something to be perfect, you'll never actually start. You'll never begin. And if you never begin, you're definitely not going to have the book, because you're on chapter 1, or you're sitting there just staring at a blank screen, when all you need to do is set aside 30 minutes of typing. You don't need to make sure the words are perfect. You just need to begin. What else could I do after I'm doing these things passively? I could research more on my topic, or I could research publishers or how to publish my book. As you can see here, I'm not thinking 50 steps ahead. I'm not thinking how I'm going to distribute the book or what I want the cover of the book to look like. Those things are important, but they're not important yet. Only focus on one step ahead. That's it. You don't need to think of 50 steps ahead, because then you're going to say, oh my God, this is a huge project, and then you won't do it. So my question is, what is your goal? Who do you need to be in order to attain that goal and achieve it? And what do you need to do? What's the next step? And your goal has to be compelling enough for you to stick to it and to put in the hard work. You'll know very quickly if it's not really a goal that you want. You'll know because you'll be like a lot of the resolutioners who go for a couple weeks and then stop. So find a goal that's important to you. Ask yourself, what's the next step to achieving this goal? And bring yourself through this process. And most importantly, take action now on that goal. The smallest amount of action. Just take an action towards it, and then continue looking at the next step ahead. Because eventually you're going step by step by step, and you look down and you're at the top of the mountain. And then you're thinking, what's the next mountain I can climb? If I was able to climb this one and weigh the amount of weight I wanted to weigh, your legs are stronger now. Now you have a sense of situation awareness. You've played this game before. Now you know how to do it all over again to get to where it is you want to get to. So like I mentioned, a few of the strategies and techniques I actually have in my book for what I've been able to do in order to get my body the way I've wanted my body to be, to get my finances in order, to pay off over $20,000 in debt, to have the types of friends that I wanted to have around me. That's all in this book. This book is a strategy guide to help you achieve whatever goal it is you have for yourself. There's something in this book for everybody. And at the end of each chapter, there's a challenge for you to complete that will help bring you closer to the end goal. Okay? It's called Be Extraordinary, Your Guide to Self-Mastery. I want to give you a free digital copy. It's on Amazon too for about 11 bucks, but I want to give you a free copy. Go down to the description below, click the link, put your email in. I'm not trying to sell you anything, because it's going to send you the free digital copy once you enter your email and hit submit. Begin your journey. Know what you want, take action now, and it's only a matter of time before you meet your goal.